that early.
Of course we are.
All right, guys, welcome back up here in Round Valley. It's close to Cascade. We're now vertical, all framing done. We're getting our shear inspection today, so we wanted to walk you through and check it out. So this is the downstairs, or considered the downstairs. We got a couple offices down here, bathroom. This is where the laundry is gonna be. So we got a couple offices and a couple bedrooms down here. All right, guys, so this is one of the kind of specialties that Cascade does. You have a pretty decent sized living condition, and this would be considered a barndominium or a shop house. So as you can see, this is an RV garage. So we've got two RV doors, 16-foot high plate. We got a couple transom windows, but this is kind of really for the boys. All right, we'll put it that way. So the house, we'll keep that for the ladies, but this is kind of where the boys hang out. So this here is about a 30 by 30 shop with two RV bays, 16-foot high top plate. But this is really where you're going to be keeping all your toys, and especially in the mountains, we love our toys, being Idahoans. So this is something that we really pride ourselves on, that with a living space, you get a giant garage, something that you can actually use.
Can you explain what you're doing?
So a lot of people, when they're building a house and everything, it's a lot of process that goes into kind of what we do. So right now, it's all framed, but we can't get our framing inspection yet until we have our plumbing in, our HVAC in, and our electrical in. And the reason for that is when they put all these boxes on the wall and they drill into the wall, they need to come and make sure it didn't hurt the integrity of the structure. But our next inspection that we need for this place right now is called a shear inspection. So that means the outside shear panel, this is considered a shear panel here. So the inspector will come through and they'll knock on some panels, they'll check the nail pattern. So on the corners, the nail pattern is going to be a lot closer together than like in the field. So in the field, you can see, well, on this panel, it's a shear panel. So you're having about every 3 inches on this stuff. But then when you move over here, and this is considered the field here, so they're farther apart. So as you go up, so your seams are going to be really back nailed, stitched in real well, but your field nailing pattern is actually basically about 12 inches on center, and then your seaming and your edge is going to be about a 3-inch on center. Welcome to another build. This build is 3,800 square feet. It's actually right by the lake Cascade. It's in Donnelly. But guys, this one's a really, really special one. It's got vaulted ceilings, huge living quarters, 3/4 wraparound. It's perfect for any family that wants to hang out and just have a ton of family time. This is gonna be one of those spots that people are always gonna remember, holidays, everything at. But I wanted to walk you guys around this one. This is obviously the living room that we're in, the entry door. This is going to be a huge kitchen right here, huge island, picture window. So we've got the master suite basically on this side, and then we have rec room, pantry, everything downstairs. Upstairs, it's going to be equipped with a theater room and 4 additional bedrooms. All right, we're on the second story here. And so on this side, we have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. On this side, we have an additional 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. And then straight forward here, this is going to be the theater room. And so actually with the theater room, we're gonna make it noise canceling for the walls. So we just still have some framing to do on that. We usually offset the studs just in a zigzag pattern just to kind of noise cancel on that. But we just have to embellish the walls a little bit. But TV or projector is gonna be right in here. They're gonna do a full surround sound and French doors coming out here. All right, and as you walk up to go down the stairs here, as I was telling you before, we have beautiful vaulted ceilings, and look at that space down below. All right, so now we're outside. This is a 3/4 wraparound. It'll wrap around about halfway down the left-hand side here, goes all the way down to the garage. This is a beautiful little accent piece that we're doing here. This is all rough timber that we did, but I wanted to show you guys kind of under here. So what we did is we actually did T&G instead of the underlayment, instead of the OSB. So this is gonna be the raw look. So we're gonna stain this up here. So it'll be a really, really cool accent piece, and then out towards your entries and everything, we'll do the covered soffit. But as you can see, beautiful windows here. They're almost translucent. They'll be there, we'll get there. So as we come around here, we're gonna have another French door here, and then we've got the windows for the kitchen, and then we have window for the laundry room. Laundry room's over here. But obviously our trenching needs to get covered up. It's all ready to go. All right, guys, so we're at yet another job site up here in Donnelly, Idaho. This one's just gonna be a simple shop, but I did wanna kind of show you guys a little bit about what we had to do and why we had to do it. So as you can see, these guys right here, this is a 10 by 14 post here. So we have two of them in the middle, and then we have a 10 by 10 on this side and a 10 by 10 on the other side. With this corner, why we had to go so big with the post is because we don't have any shear for it. So if the garage doors were skinnier and we could put up to a 3-4 foot OSB panel and we can stitch it all in, that would make it to where it would actually give the lateral load. But considering that literally this is where the garage door is all the way over and it's on both sides, so you're right on the corner, so we don't have enough lateral load because we have such a high snowfall rate up here. So I think up here it's 125 to 150 pounds of snow load up here. So with these, you guys can't see it now, but this post actually goes 8 feet in the ground. So we had to dig an 8-foot hole. We had to put these, we actually had to use a crane to put these in. So we craned them into place, put them right in, and then we had to concrete backfill. But these are the treated posts, so we can do that. I don't love doing it, but when it calls for it, when the engineer calls it out, this is kind of what we have to do. All these, so these two, 8 feet in the ground. This was a 6-foot by 8-foot trench, or a hole that we had to actually backfill with concrete. So as you can see, going over to this side, it's the same thing. So we have two large garage doors, one on each side. And then this one also, you guessed it, 8 foot deep. So that's why we have to go so deep. So when it's hanging out of the ground provides that lateral load for us. Well, it's a brisk 30 degrees out this morning, but you know, today I think we weren't up before the Father, but we were sure up before the Son, and we're gonna get this job kicked in the teeth. We're putting up some soffit today and some siding. Unfortunately, like construction, if people tell you that construction runs smooth, they're lying to you. We got a call at midnight last night that our siding that came from Denver, Colorado, guy hit something in the middle of the night, so now we've got to drive 4 hours to go get our siding. 'Tis the season, I guess. It looks like he slid off the road. Get out.